Today on TNT Big Show, why Castlevania the Dominus Collection's success matters. All today on TNT Big Show. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Michelle Tackett.
And this is Sean.
Welcome to TNT Big Show, and thank you all for all the new subs, likes, and everything. Keep it going, please. And if you want to help with the pesky algorithm, watch the video, like it, comment, and share. And on the Nintendo eShop for around 4 or 5 days, Castlevania, the Dominus Collection, was #1. And it's still #2 even a couple weeks after release. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be doing as well on PS5 and Steam. Don't even think about Xbox Series.
Once again, games like this belong on the Switch. Look up third parties. When you make games like this, you don't want to lose money. Don't release it on machines that it won't sell on.
Yeah, like I said, some games, I don't know, even I have to say, sometimes games, because if they're not selling on other systems, then you don't want to bring them out.
Exactly.
You know, it's just like third parties always said that when Nintendo fans wouldn't buy their games, and it was true.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't bring them to 64 or GameCube or whatever because they didn't sell, and it made sense. Anyway, to the game, and this is from the actual website. And right now the game is only available in digital, although there's supposed to be a physical version coming from Limited Run Games
Later.
And I'll get it when it comes out. These are based on 3 DS games, not 3DS, 3 separate DS games.
Yep.
Including probably the best Castlevania game of all time, Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia. All 3 games are on here, and they are considered 3 of the 10 best, especially Dawn of Sorrow, which is considered the best, even better than Symphony of the Night.
Yes.
And they are doing spectacularly well on the Nintendo Switch, and that makes me happy because Castlevania is one of my personal favorite series. Individual games, I like Resident Evil. I think as a series it's been handled better, but I actually prefer Castlevania.
I do too.
Because of the role-playing elements and stuff. And I've been playing the holy living crap out of Dawn of Sorrow, and I will have a review pretty soon. When I finish all 3 games, I will have a review of it. And I cannot wait to let you all know just how much I love this, because I remember playing these on the DS. I had a few of them. Order of Ecclesia, I didn't get to play that one, but I did play Portrait of Ruin and some of Dawn of Sorrow, and they were 2 of my favorite DS games. And the success of these games matter because for everybody talking about, well, there's no big game releases, you determine what's a hit. If you're bored with AAA releases and stuff, quote-unquote AAA release, this is a real AAA release.
Nice, yeah.
It's $24.
Yeah.
You get 5 games, including the prequel arcade game to the original Castlevania, and a remade version of it. Then you get 3 of the best Castlevania, Metroidvania, hell, just best games of all time, and you get them in one package. You get rewind feature, you get save feature anywhere, you get artwork. There's so much stuff you get with this. There's no reason at all why you shouldn't pick this up. Castlevania is one of the most underappreciated, underrated series of all time. It was this series that led to Silent Hill, Resident Evil, and all these other blockbuster horror franchises.
Yep, it was the one that started it all.
It was such a huge game, and it's such a damn shame that it hasn't sold more than what it has. It's kind of like the third-party equivalent of Metroid.
Yep.
You know, even Symphony of the Night, which sold, I think, 1.3 to 1.4 million, and people are like, well, that's good, not for a game like that. That game was amazing. It was one of the most incredible games, and yet it couldn't sell past 1.5 million units. You know, now this collection may do a couple of million, and I know 90% of those sales are going to be on the Switch. But the fact is, that's going to be really good, and maybe Konami. Maybe you can bless us with a new 2D Castlevania game.
Yes, please.
And if any of you other systems appreciate this game series, just bring it to
Nintendo. Yeah.
I'm mad because I went to the PlayStation charts, Steam charts, and this game was very low on both of them. That just breaks my heart because this series is one of the all-time classics.
Well, Michelle, what do you think? The graphics are pixelated, not on purpose. That's how they were made.
Yeah.
And there's no 4K, 250 frames per second, and all that blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
People cannot enjoy a game for what it is.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I want $60 or $70. It better have realistic avatar graphics, and it better be bigger than the planet Jupiter, my Illusion P space modulator.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
We're doing a different video about how you all, well, not all gamers, but the gamers who do this are choking the industry.
Yeah.
Anyway, just to sum this up, Konami has gotten away from video games because they didn't see their games doing as good as they should have. There was a toxic work environment. The work environment's changed, thankfully, but now they're starting to slowly get back into games, and mostly they're supporting Nintendo Switch because they are a Japanese company, and you know, when you're a Japanese company, you do have to sell games in Japan. So Konami is starting to release their games like Castlevania and them again. Buy these collections. I'm begging, you know, if you all want these type of games on other machines, buy them. You want to know why Xbox is missing some really good games? Because their fans are not buying them.
I know.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Video games are not a charity.
Yeah.
If you want to know why Nintendo's getting more Japanese RPGs that are either timed exclusives or console exclusives or stuff, or full-on exclusives like a lot of Konami games in Japan, it's because they're selling.
Yeah.
You know, I had to tell Nintendo fans this when they would get mad over Nintendo not getting a lot of games. We didn't buy them. And what were these companies supposed to do? Live off charity for us? Well, now the tide's turning. It's Nintendo fans that are buying JRPGs, classic 2D, old school, retro challenging games like Castlevania and them. And Sony and even PC fans are just ignoring them. Ugh.
Because they want games that look like Avatar the movie. That's what they want.
Yeah, good luck with that. But anyway, at least on the eShop, this is still number 2. It's behind Hogwarts Legacy, which is 70% off. I don't care. I would still buy this in a nanosecond over that game. But you know what? Let me tell you real quick why you should buy these. There is so much magic, upgrading your weapons, armor, health. This is a RPG experience. Some people were mixed on Super Metroid. Some people were mixed on Castlevania 4. They loved the game, but they didn't like how it took out some of the role-playing elements of 3. So what Symphony of the Night and Dawn of Sorrow and them did was expand on the RPG elements, giving the combat more depth and more strategy, and giving the gameplay more nuance. You can't just run in there and start throwing things and stuff, or you will get the living hell kicked out of you. The level designs in these games are absolutely immaculate. Now, again, I need to play Order of Ecclesia, but Portrait of Ruin and Dawn of Sorrow, especially Portrait of Ruin I played, but Dawn of Sorrow, which I'm playing right now, the level design is absolutely top tier. The art style and animation and graphics are just incredible. They hold up even by today. And the story, if for people who really want a good story, this has an engaging story with interesting characters and a good plot. And the boss fights, dear Lord, the boss fights are just challenging, original, and fun. You will really get a kick out of these games. Castlevania had a hit TV show on Netflix. So if you all are wondering what the hype is about, if you got a Nintendo Switch, and let's face it, over 130 million people, because you know some people have 2 Switches or whatever, 130 million different people have a Switch. Maybe even more than that. We don't know exactly, but the fact is that if you have a Switch, I highly recommend this series to you because it is an absolute joy. They are so fun, and you will get to know more about video games history. What games were the ones that influenced Hollow Knight, Dead Cells, Hades, Celeste, all of these classic indie games? Well, you have to go back to Super Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's sequels and stuff. Well, here's something, Konami. I have no idea why this game has not been re-released. Bring out Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, a remastered version.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Man, I remember how good that game was. I would play it at demo at Target and stuff, and our next door neighbor had a PlayStation 1, and he loved Castlevania, and I would play Symphony of the Night, and oh my God, was it incredible.
Yeah.
it's still in my top 100 games of all time, Symphony of the Night is. I guarantee you, Konami, if you bring out Symphony of the Night, I don't know about other systems, but Nintendo fans will gobble it up. Keep on bringing back classic Castlevania games. This is me, Michelle Lantackett.
And this is Sean.
Have a good one. Thank you for staying to the end of the video and watching it. If you like all of our videos, note to join our other social medias like TikTok, Discord, Reddit, Instagram, Thread, X, and our WordPress blog. You can also support us by joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month, where you will get exclusive content, uncut videos, behind the scenes, watch that trailer, Jack's joke of the week, and my sports input. If you join the $25 tier, I will send you an autographed copy of The Buzzies for free. If you love horror movies and independent content, we're a great place to come and visit because we love supporting other independent creators and stuff. When you support us, you're supporting people who do all of this by ourselves. Me, Michelle, I'm the editor, I'm the director of the videos, I'm the producer, Sean's the executive producer and content creator. So thank you everybody, and please look into supporting our Patreon, as it really does help out. Just $1 a month. Thank you and have a wonderful day.